Hey everybody. All right, this is an impromptu video because I'm about to jump into a multiplayer flight with Two-Tone Murphy in the Flying Circus. But I want to do a quick unboxing of this equipment before I busted it open and used it for this flight in a couple of minutes. So I apologize for the handheld video, but so be it. This is your unboxing. Deal with it. Enjoy. Okay, so we're going to be replacing these puppies. The somewhat decent and was hard to find, so I snatched it up when I could during the pandemic that we're still in. Logitech, former Cytech or Saytech, however you want to say it. I still can't figure it out. Rudder pedals that aren't too shabby. Don't mind my stack of AOPA magazines and my VR controller. But we're going to replace it with these babies from B&H. All right, look at that. I don't need a knife. That's a knife hand. For those of you familiar with the Marine Corps knife hand, see my nice Two-Tone Murphy lanyard here. About to jump into a flight with Murph and the crew, like I mentioned. There's my receipt. Cool. What do we have here? And who knew it was going to be facing the other way? The Thrustmaster TPR. TPR. Now I know what it stands for. Thrustmaster Pendular Rudder. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, so let's open it up. All right, pulled it out of the box. Look at this shot. That's a pretty cool shot. Top down. I like when they have these products, they orientate the graphics on the box to how the product is sitting in the box. But man, there's definitely secure the most amount of flaps I think I've never seen. I don't think flaps side of a box. All right, been waiting for these for a while. These are some of the most expensive pedals, consumer pedals on the market. Don't forget to read your effing manual. All right, I'm gonna need two hands to pull this out. That's what I said. All right, I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. There's another TWSS joke in there somewhere. Wiggle it just a little bit. I figure this is how it's gonna stand, so it shouldn't be that terrible. Oh, hard to do this handheld shooting. Okay, jump to this part. Let's pull this off. All right, so I have that yoga mat that I never use underneath the Logitech pedals to keep them from slipping on this vinyl plank floor. Yes, that's not wood, that's waterproof vinyl. We had a flood before. But that works really well. It kept them from slipping because I wasn't about to screw them into my brand new floor that I just put in here a few months ago. So this has screw holes as well. Right. This has screw holes as well. But I don't know, it's pretty beefy. I don't think it's going to have to be screwed in. Look at this thing. Whoa. This is ginormous. That's what she said. It's huge. Just to give you a perspective, here's my leg with my sliver. There's my knee. So it's almost as tall as my calf. Actually, it's about to the top of my calf muscle, but this is massive. So we've got the USB cable. We got tools, because this is all metal. That's right. There's no messing around here. Must be some stuff here. You can feel the weight. Oh, this is a pedal. Come on now. Oh, hopefully I didn't dent my floor. It's all right. It's rugged. This can take it. So yeah, look at this. All metal. We got bolts. Got rugged hardware. They're not messing around here. Let's do it this way so we don't drop it. We don't drop it this time, Cyberman Drew. And another pedal. These aren't messing around. I mean, look at this. This is no joke. Compared to that, that's a joke. Now that's a rotor pedal. All right, I'm going to assemble this thing and jump into the sim. So I'll get back to you. Okay, so these are the TPR pedals fully assembled. I took a break from this video because I really wanted to jump in the sim for the multiplayer, and I was just in time, and I was assembling these on the floor. So while it was really easy to assemble and totally possible, I'd say put it up on a tabletop when you go to assemble it. But it was super easy. I just wanted to kind of give you the overview. Basically, you saw each pedal was individual, and it already had the shaft of the bolt that's, you know, inside of here. You can see the bolt starts here. It goes actually all the way through underneath out this side. Already had the washer and nut, so you just take that off. And it already had the 2 screws on the back that I'll show you in a second that attaches to the brake lever. You can see the brake lever moving back there. So you just take the nut and washer off, stick it through the hole, put the washer back on, the nut back on, and tighten it down. And they give you these tools here. So I think this bigger wrench is for the springs that I haven't adjusted yet. But I just needed this larger wrench. They give you, you know, tighten this sucker up. And the smaller one for the 2 screws on the back that I'll show you. But it's super adjustable. Maybe I'll do another video on the adjustments. But basically, you can adjust the pitch of this, or the incline as they call it in the manual. I actually opened the manual real quick just to make sure I was assemble it right, but because you should always read the manual. But in any case, it was super easy to do. You just attach it here, and then you can see back here the piston that comes down. It already had this little bracket attached to it, and these 2 socket cap screws, Allen screws, were already in this pedal. So you just take those 2 out. They were somewhere in the middle, and I'm going to pause the video for a second and flip this around so I can show you the adjustments. Okay, so here we are at the back, and like I said, this unit's like really adjustable. So the screws were in, I don't know, the middle pair of holes or something. So you just take them out, and then you can put them wherever you want. But because I wanted to get going right away, I just put them in what lined up the easiest. And inside of this, in the middle, underneath this bracket, there's a pin from the bracket to help center it. So like, let's say you were going to put it in these bottom sets, it would be basically the screw, the pin, the screw. So you got quite a, you know, wide range of adjustment. That's going to change your incline there. And then you also have these options here. So you need all 3 screws in, so you can't like move this all the way up and just have 1 screw in and have it hanging out. You need both screws here and the 3rd screw up here, obviously all in place. So if you want, you could move this up here, you could move this down here and have these even start further down, and then your travel is lower than that, because This, if I was to disconnect this can just rotate freely 360 degrees. But depending on where you have this mounted and where you have it mounted here will determine the incline and travel of this. But like I said, this thing is really rugged. You know, this is all metal. I mean, this is hollow, but it's still metal. And I don't need my yoga mat anymore because on the bottom there's rubber feet. So I would hope so for $600 or whatever this cost. I think it was, I say or whatever this cost. I should know, I just bought it. Yeah, it was like $5.99 plus tax, shipping, whatever. So if you don't want to screw it down, don't worry. There's rubber feet, so they got you covered. These are the tension adjustment springs, and I was reading in the manual, you can just use one spring. It said you need at least, I think, one in the top position, but you could do any combination of, you see there's a height adjustment for the springs, and like I said, you could remove a spring, but it's anywhere from 2.5 kilograms to 5 kilograms, I think, of force. Here, let's open the manual. I got it right here. Here's some examples. You can see there's what I was talking about. You can move it along the back of the pedal there. So you could have a very little incline, although I'd call that a steep incline, and that not so much of an incline, but whatever. And there's the positions for the other adjustment. All right, so let's see here. I'm trying to find the page on the springs. Oh, here you go. Not that there's that many pages in here. There's the process I was showing you, right? Oh, that's what the other wrench was for. I did not hold that. I guess I should have done that. I got too excited. Well, yeah, like I said, you need at least one spring in the high position, or you can have two springs in the low position, and there you go. I was right, 2.5 to 5 kilograms of resistance. So really highly adjustable, but very simple to set up and operate. And by the way, when I was flying this, like, people were saying it was amazing and like so realistic, and I completely agree. I was totally blown away by this. It's night and day from the now retired Logitech plastic pedals. Those will be up for sale if anybody wants them. I know pedals, I know all equipment's hard to come by right now. But yeah, I won't be needing them because I'll have these. I am curious to try the Honeycomb Charlie pedals that were teased or whatever last April. I think they still haven't released them. I did send an email to Honeycomb today asking if they had any information on that, because they were pretty forthcoming. I had a throttle quadrant, the Bravo throttle quadrant, on order with Adorama. I passed up on buying it off X-Plane the other day, last week, because I wanted to get it through Adorama to save a few bucks on shipping, and X-Plane had it in stock. And Adorama said, oh, we'll ship it on February 15th. Now they have no shipping date. But if you're interested in the Honeycomb Bravo, they said in the next, I guess 5 to 7 days from now, they should have some on their site direct. I don't know about dealers. Don't snatch up one that I'm going to get, but yeah, go check them out, because I want to put that with my Honeycomb yoke, which, by the way, this yoke ain't no joke. This is legit. I was looking for the Logitech Cytec yoke for a while, just because I thought that's what I wanted, and I was like, who are these guys with their $250 yoke? I don't need that garbage, but I do. This thing is amazing. The main thing is the Logitech yoke only goes like 45 degrees each side, or you could say 90 degrees for the full travel. This has a full 180 degrees of travel, so just like the real thing. And the mounting systems, the mounting options are really good. The only problem I had was I tried to move this just like an inch to the left when I got this ginormous Cyberpunk custom mouse pad from Razer with my gamer tag on here. And the pad came off the bottom, or unstuck from the bottom. I was still able to use it, so it's still stuck here, and it's rock solid. It's suction, although I think it's a little bit more like adhesive, although it's not ruining this wood top. I know because I just peeled it up. But they're going to send me a new one, so that's a new suction pad, so I'm not worried. But in any case, this yoke is insane. If I didn't already have this, which all came before the yoke, I wouldn't necessarily need the switch panel, and actually I definitely won't once the Honeycomb Bravo throttle quadrant, once I'm able to get that, because it has the gear up down lever on the throttle quadrant. But I might still keep that anyway for ancillary switches or something, and you know, hey, it looks cool. But in any case, back to the TPR pedals. The construction is really, like I said, really good and really sturdy. I'm quite impressed, and it's still it's fairly simple for as complicated a piece of or not complicated, but as robust a piece of gear as this is. So you can see each pedal, the brake, actually I should say, control going in here. This is the, I guess we could say the rudder, left right sensor going in here. But what's really cool, I didn't know this as I was using it, but now we can watch the mechanism, how it works. So if I give it right rudder, because we're looking at the back, I'm gonna hold this with my knee, see the springs going out that way, and then obviously when we give it left rudder, the springs going the other way. And then, like I said, you can see the brake mechanism here. All in all, this just feels night and day from any of those style pedals. Which those aren't bad, don't get me wrong. If your budget can't squeeze $600, don't be sad. Having those, I was so excited because not having rudder pedals really sucked. And these are cool. They got a tension adjustment right there. It's super easy. Like, you push one of those buttons in, you can slide to adjust the size of the foot there. You know, obviously it still has toe brakes in each one. It's still really good for what I think it was, 169 bucks. Absolutely, you know, and it's evidence because it was still hard to get. I had to wait for a while to get them, but I had to wait even longer for these to come available. So when I saw it, thanks to someone else in the Two-Tone Murphy Circus alerting me they were available, I was like, done, do it. Because even if I didn't feel overwhelmingly excited about these, I could turn around and sell them because they're so hard to get. But I will not sell these unless the Honeycomb Charlie pedals prove ridiculously more awesome than these, which I'm not sure they will, but they do look like they'll be about on par with these, although a smaller frame. But yeah, we'll see how those go. But for now, these Thrustmaster TPR pedals are the bomb. They are badass. I highly recommend them to anyone, especially if you've flown real aircraft like I have and you want the, you know, these feel better than the crappy Cessna 152s I was flying with the pedals that feel like they're about to fall apart. These are totally solid. But yeah, check them out and let me know what you think. There's some of my setup. There's my valve index. I have a Reverb G2 coming Monday, so there'll be a video about that, and we'll compare valve index. Got the Oculus Quest 2, and we'll have the Reverb G2 in-house on Monday, so we'll do a comparison with all those. So pedals, awesome. Take care. See you in the skies.